All right, guys. So a little late in the week, but still wanted to give you guys kind of an update on where we're at. So this week we're working on the external letters. I'll get the lecture up for that today. I'm trying to keep you guys on pace with where my seated class is at. So since we missed an entire week in the seated class, we're a little behind. We did a speaker Monday, and we are going to do lecture over the letters today. I'm also going to try to include some of the LinkedIn on that. So I'll get that posted up for you guys today as well, over the letter formats and all that good stuff that are due this week. As you can see, again, we're doing this through Connect, which I liked last time. It helped. It was easier to track who was participating and who didn't. So I believe that your initial draft is due tomorrow evening at like 11. And then I have changed some of the due dates around on that to provide you guys a little more time, since the lecture is not coming until today. So the peer review isn't due. You don't have to be done with your peer review until the 5th, which is Saturday. And then your final draft does not need to be turned in until next Monday, so the 7th. Okay. So just keep all of that in mind. Those are the new due dates. You should be able to see those on Connect when you go in to start the assignment. But this is the same thing. It's going to be the same process as the memo last time. You're assigned a partner. If you do not hear from your partner by the end of the day on the 5th when the peer reviews are due, then email me. Don't start emailing me tomorrow because you haven't seen any peer review yet. That's okay. You guys are an asynchronous online class. Not everybody does everything at the same time. And in fact, most people are going to wait until the absolute last minute to do what they need to do. So if you are one of those people like myself who is an overachiever and wants to hit those deadlines early, you may just have to have some patience. And that, again, is just part of being a professional. You are going to work with people in the profession that take their time and they don't worry about those due dates quite as much. But I will take this as another opportunity to remind you, if you do not participate in the peer reviews, it is an automatic 10-point deduction from your participation grade, which is 10% of your grade overall. Okay. So those of you that have not been participating, it's going to be very difficult for you to get an A at this point. I've tried reaching out to some of you that haven't been participating. I've not really heard back. So my assumption is that, unfortunately, you're treating this as a class that is online, so you're not concerned about it. But that's something we can go into one-on-one if we need to. For the most part, though, I've seen participation. I think there were only a few people, 2 or 3 people, that didn't participate in the peer reviews last time. Everybody else did a good job, so let's keep up the good work there. Everybody's doing a good job with the posting on Packback. I know there have been some issues with grading on Packback. I'm trying to get those resolved with Packback. Like I told you guys in the last video, or maybe the video before, there are some things I really do like about Packback, the engagement, the fact that you guys are actually making quality posts, but there are some things I do not like about Packback, and some of this weirdness with the grading and the synchronization between Blackboard and Packback Gradebook I'm not a huge fan of, but I'm working on getting that resolved. Don't worry, if at the end of the semester it's still an issue, I will manually go in and make sure that those grades are correct, one way or the other. So those are just a couple of the highlights for this week. I put up Mrs. Katie Fulp's presentation from Monday to the seated class. I would recommend watching it. She discusses a lot of the things that we talked about in this class: resumes, interviewing skills, searching for jobs, things like that. I know last week was a little wonky. We missed a bunch of time with the weather. It was not great. It put us behind, but fortunately, last week was kind of a busy work week. It wasn't really very heavy with coursework to be done. Basically, just your Learn Smart assignments and your forum posts on Packback. So we got fortunate there. But like this week, we're doing the letters, so those are going to be a little heavier. I've lightened the workload on those this semester. It used to be a complete research letter assignment, which is much, much more difficult than what you're doing now, which is a what I consider to be a light research. You're looking for different certifications that you would be interested in getting as an accountant, and informing us about those, informing an external user about those certifications. So the research is light on this one. It's not like last semester we did, I believe, FASB ASC research and some questions about some things in the code, and it got a little hairy because you guys, at this point in your accounting profession, accounting career, you haven't done anything with the ASC, basically. So I have nixed that for this semester, and we're just going to look at certifications, which I think is a much more interesting topic, and it may open you guys' eyes to some of the certifications that are available outside of just being a CPA in the accounting profession. So hopefully you guys will gain something from that. Like I said, be on the lookout for a lecture today. I know last week I had talked about putting up a lecture on LinkedIn and all that stuff, and it didn't happen because of weather. I didn't get to lecture to my classes last week at all, and I want to keep these classes as similar as possible. So where the seated class at is where you guys are at, and where you guys are at is where the seated class is at. I didn't want you guys getting ahead or behind of each other. So that is why we didn't do that. I treated it as though you guys didn't have class either, basically. They still had some assignments just like you to do the Connect assignments and things like that. They don't do the forum posts because obviously there's engagement in class, in the seated class, but you guys still needed to do your forum posts. So, all right, that is about it for this week. Like I said, letters are going to be due. I'll post the lecture up. We don't have any speakers this week. And during the lecture, I will also try to do the LinkedIn in case anybody was still confused about that, but I didn't get a lot of questions about it, so my assumption is you guys understand all the assignments that you needed to be working on for that up to this point. I think the only one you guys are going to have questions about will be the memo, but again, we're going to go through all parts of this assignment together. So by the time we get to the memo, you will have a clear understanding of what is expected from that memo. All right. Well, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks.